Hi everyone, this is Teacher Jen from Camglish.com and welcome to another fun and exciting lesson from Exploring English Book 6. This is by Tim Harris and Alan Rowe. We are going to continue our reading activity here about the Wickham Daily News. So in our previous video, we already read the first part of this story. Now, we are going to read the second page. Of course, I'm going to read it first, and I want you to listen carefully. Okay? So, let's start now. As the time for the second debate drew near, Mr. Bascom started feeling nervous. He knew that Otis was better at speaking in front of large audiences and would have the advantage of being younger and better looking. He was also aware that the winner of the second debate would probably win the election. On Sunday night, Mr. Bascom was so nervous he could not sleep. He lay awake for hours, worrying about the debate. When he finally did fall asleep, he had a nightmare. He dreamed that he made a fool of himself in his debate with Otis and everyone was laughing at him. He woke up in such a fearful state that he couldn't get back to sleep again. All too soon, it was Monday afternoon, just a few minutes before the start of the debate, and Mr. Bascom was looking at himself in Barbara's hand mirror. "Do you think I look okay, Barbara?" asked Mr. Bascom anxiously. "Or do you think I would photograph better if I cut off the mustache?" Barbara was busy sorting the pages of Mr. Bascom's speech, which he had been working on right up to the last minute. "In your case, Mr. Bascom," she said, "I don't think it really makes any difference." "Thanks a lot, Barbara," he growled. "You're beginning to sound just like Anne used to. But seriously, do you think I'm too formally dressed? Maybe I should wear leather and earrings to appeal to the younger voters. I don't want them to think that I haven't kept up with the times." Barbara looked surprised. "Mr. Bascom, I thought as a candidate you stressed the issues and not appearances. Besides, I just saw Otis and he's very well dressed in a conservative gray suit." "You just saw Otis," said Mr. Bascom, more worried than ever. "How does he look? Is he nervous? Is he sweating?" "No, Mr. Bascom, he looks relaxed and natural. And he wishes you good luck in the debate," Barbara answered. "And now, let's go, Mr. Bascom, or you're going to be late, and that wouldn't look good for the candidate who stands for responsible city government." Mr. Bascom had butterflies in his stomach, but he knew it was too late for second thoughts. Not wanting to back out at the last minute, he picked up his speech, straightened his tie, and started out for the city hall. Now, students, I want you to read this page again. You can pause the video for a while, then read. When you're done, you can press play so that we can continue on the next page. Let's read again. Arriving at City Hall, Mr. Bascom and Barbara found a large crowd already gathered. There was no time for Mr. Bascom to answer any questions from the press, as it was already 2 o'clock and the debate was about to begin. Mr. Bascom climbed up the steps. The TV lights were very hot. He could hardly hear anything as he and Otis were being introduced. The moderator, Dr. Pasto, explained that each candidate would have 15 minutes to state his position on the issues. This introductory period was to be followed by a question and answer session with members of the local press, after which each candidate would have 5 minutes to sum up. Otis was the first to speak. He looked calm and relaxed as he stood up to address the audience. Mr. Bascom, sitting a few feet away, looked very nervous and uncomfortable. My fellow citizens, said Otis, this election is your opportunity to choose the kind of city you would like to live in. Our main concern should be the quality of life in Wickham City, and our first priority should be to protect the environment. I feel it would be a grave mistake for us to build a toy factory in City Park, as Mr. Bascom suggests. The park should be kept for everyone to enjoy. Suddenly, a large number of people started clapping and cheering. Otis really knew how to stir up a crowd, thought Mr. Bascom, green with envy. What a little confidence he had was disappearing rapidly. Wickham City has greater potential for tourism than for industry, Otis went on. We have some of the most beautiful scenery in the state, but we're losing the tourist trade because we don't have a single first-class hotel in good condition. Many people in the audience nodded their heads in agreement. I suggest we rebuild the Wickham Hotel, said Otis, and make it an attractive place for tourists to stay. Increased tourism will provide more jobs and tax money for the city. We can use the money to finance badly needed social programs, such as a daycare center and a boys' club. Otis made a few more remarks about his plans for improving education, transportation, and medical care in Wickham City. He sat down to the sound of clapping hands and cheering voices. Mr. Bascom felt sick. Now it's your turn to read. Again, you can pause this video for a while so that you can read the following. When you're done, please press play so that we can continue on our lesson. Now this is not the end of the story yet, but we are going to continue this on the next video, so please watch out for that. Now this is the end of our lesson. I hope you learned something. This is Teacher Jen from Camgush.com saying goodbye and see you on your next video. Goodbye!